Major reforms for the judicial system revealed in Parliament today as debate continued on the budget. Janaea Noel Ferguson tells us that the Minister of State for Legal Affairs addressed the government's plan to bring much-needed change.
Landmark legislation on tap for the Ministry of Legal Affairs. State Minister Ellsworth Johnson revealing in Parliament Wednesday government's plans to appoint an independent director of public prosecutions, removing certain powers from the Attorney General. A move that he says will ensure honesty and transparency. He gave the example that the Attorney General presently has the power to grant nolle prosequis. However, under an independent director, reasons to stop or start a case will be known through a public education campaign.
And sometimes you may decide to stop or start a case because there may not be sufficient evidence. The parties involved may no longer want to carry on with the case anymore. The length of time that it was taken to bring the case might have been too long, so you may not have justice. And sometimes you want to always avoid the very appearance of conflict. And so what you will see our government do over the next 5 years is that accept the issues go to national security and really go to national security, because I'll deal with certain other issues that happen in this very same house that didn't really go to national security. The Bahamian people have a right to know, and they have a right to be educated.
Johnson added that a robust legislative agenda is also being rolled out and will include campaign finance reform. This as government has also announced plans to prosecute those present and former members of Parliament who do not disclose their assets.
In the past administration, there was this whole accusation that some persons saw service in government as an opportunity to benefit. And we must be accountable to the Bahamian people by speaking to issues such as campaign finance reform. I quite recall when I was campaigning, there were persons who offered me funds. I said, I can't accept it. I have an obligation to the Bahamian people. And it keeps us accountable. And it's nothing strange. And I want to commend the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas that in 2017, we're going to bring legislation to the Bahamas.
Modernization of the legal sector will also take place, and plans are currently being made to establish a gender-based violence protocol.
Can you imagine in a community where the houses are built onto each other? There's no light. There's no social services. There's no police officers. And you got a young girl at age 16, fully developed, transient community in the night, and that does not speak to our dignity or our sense of urgency. We have laws in terms of how we should build and construct homes. We have to enforce them.
Now, Johnson concluded that although the ministry's budget will see no increase in funding this budgetary term, they do plan to build on the progress made under the former administration, realizing clear targets and eliminating waste. Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.